On April 13, 2026, at Southwark Crown Court in London, one of the most powerful women ever to hold office in Africa finally spoke under oath. Her name, Diezani Alison-Madueke. Her words, "At no time did I ask for, take, or seek a bribe of any sort." But here's the thing. Nobody is really disputing that the money moved. The question the jury must answer is, who did it belong to and why? Let's establish what we know. Diezani Alison-Madueke served as Nigeria's Minister of Petroleum Resources from 2010 to 2015 under President Goodluck Jonathan. During that period, she also chaired OPEC, making her one of the most consequential figures in global energy. She now faces 6 counts of bribery and conspiracy to commit bribery under UK law. What does the prosecution say she received? Cash, £100,000. Designer goods from Harrods. The use and full refurbishment of UK properties. Chauffeur-driven cars, private jets, and private school fees. The prosecution says these benefits came from businessmen whose companies were awarded lucrative oil contracts, in some cases on a no-bid basis. One company was reportedly created the day before it received a multi-million-dollar licensing deal. That is the prosecution's case. Now, here is hers. Her defense has 7 layers. Let me break them down fast. 1. Total denial. She told the jury she never solicited or accepted illicit payments, categorically under oath. That it is her flaw. Everything else builds on it. 2. I was a rubber stamp. Her lawyer told the court she had no real influence over contract decisions, that she was merely a formal approval point, with actual decisions made by committees and the NNPC. This is legally critical. No control over contracts means no leverage to exchange for bribes. 3. The lifestyle was official. She told the court that the logistics and finances of her work trips were handled by NNPC and that all services arranged on her behalf were subsequently reimbursed. The Regent's Park property. She says it was used for discreet official meetings, not personal comfort. 4. The system was broken. She described disorganized financial structures within NNPC's London office as the reason third-party arrangements were used. Translation: payments routed through associates weren't corruption. They were workarounds for a dysfunctional government system. 5. The £100,000 cash. She claimed a chauffeur delivered £100,000 in cash without her knowledge, and that it had nothing to do with her. She says she only heard about it during trial disclosures. That directly attacks one of the prosecution's most concrete claims. 6. She was targeted. She told the court she became a target of powerful interests and described Nigeria as deeply patriarchal, arguing that her position as a powerful female official made her particularly vulnerable to political targeting. 7. Culture and context. She described Nigeria as a country plagued by corruption since colonial times, and suggested she actually tried to push back against it, which made her a target. Now, here is where it gets genuinely complex. Each of these defenses is individually plausible. Together, they form a coherent story. But the prosecution's evidence is not abstract. Bank cards belonging to Nigerian businessman Kolawole Aluko and his company, Tenka Limited, reportedly paid over £2 million for shopping at Harrods. Tenka also allegedly paid for staff and refurbishments at properties she used. Prosecutors say a total of £4.6 million was spent on home refurbishments in London and Buckinghamshire. And critically, Aluko rose to prominence specifically during Diezani's time as minister, with oil blocks awarded to his companies on a no-bid basis. The defense's job is not to explain away every payment. It is to break the chain of intent, to show that the money and the contracts were not connected by a deliberate exchange. Here is what makes this trial genuinely important beyond one person's guilt or innocence. UK prosecutors argued there is an important public interest in ensuring that conduct in the UK does not further corruption in another country. That framing matters because this is not just a Nigerian story. It is a story about where oil money goes, who facilitates it, and which jurisdictions are willing to follow it. US authorities have already repatriated over $52 million in forfeited funds, with seized assets including prime real estate in New York, California, and a super yacht. The trial is expected to run for 3 months, and her testimony doesn't deny the money. It denies ownership, intent, and control. Whether that is enough is now for the jury to decide. This is Political Pulse. If this breakdown was useful, share it, because this case will keep developing and we'll keep tracking it.